Good morning, everybody. How are you? I'm Fotini. I'm talking to you from Athens, Greece. I am a self-knowledge consultant, esoteric astrologer. I am an activator of higher consciousness, and I'm carrying the energies of the High Priestess. And this video is about a very potent astrological aspect that is currently happening, and it's going to reflect what you have been working with the last 8 years, since 2018. So let me show you the chart here. We have Uranus in the final anaretic degree of Taurus, 29 degrees 00, as you can see on the chart today. We have the stellium that is building up in Aries. We will soon have Mars entering Aries for the new moon in Aries, but I will talk about that in another video, because this video is about Uranus and it's very significant. Why is this significant? First and foremost, Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, and we are in the Aquarian age. So the ruler planet of the age that we are in reflects what it is asked for us, what it is that we have to embody in our lives, so that we are in alignment with the change of the ages. Uranus first was discovered in 1781, 13th of March, and it was around the the American Revolution. And of course, Uranus is a revolutionary planet. That's why it is the ruler of Aquarius, and Aquarius is the rebel archetype in the chart. But also, according to evolutionary astrology, Uranus is in our chart, in the sign that it is in our chart, where it shows what the main trauma that we are here to heal. Evolutionary astrology claims that Uranus is actually the trauma of birth. We all have fallen from grace, from the Father Sky, and we were born in a physical body, in a dense reality, to experience God, to experience the God attributes, to experience what it is that we can do, we can create, we can feel. And so it is something that we cannot escape, but is also a challenge. Wherever we have Uranus in our chart, and in the house that we have Uranus, shows where we have to see something from a broader perspective, from a higher vision, because that is Uranus. You have to see that from above. How you can see that? Because sometimes we say things, but we are not practically about it. Imagine yourself that you are traveling via airplane and you see Earth from above, how different that looks. And it's the same when you see your life and what you have created from a broader perspective, from a broader vision. Where is this vision? Where is it located in the body? Well, Uranus is ruling the third eye, the eye of wisdom. And from that point, you can see all the lower chakras to see how the experience that you have created or lived or experienced in your life were mainly dysfunctions or blockages that you have in your lower chakras. And then once you have seen them, the 7th chakra opens, which is the 1,000-petal lotus, and you gain the wisdom of why things are or were as they are. It is a very important planet. It is the outer planet in our solar system, and that's why the broader vision. Now, Uranus has been in Taurus since 2018, and it is talking to us about, first and foremost, the change of the divine feminine, the change of how the feminine energy has transformed within humanity. The rise of the divine feminine, the rise of the feminine energy, because Taurus is ruled by Venus. Also, Taurus rules the 2nd house, the houses of resources, and I have done a previous video on my channel, and a short, I believe, about how we are going to change the way we are using resources, the way we are using energy, because resources is actually energy. And most of us, the first thing that we are thinking is money, but it's not. And I will say something very important here. The main resource that we have is our body, Taurus, an earth sign. Because no matter what we feel or no matter what we think, we have to actualize it through our body. So if we are not taking care of our body, or if our body has stored traumas and blockages, we cannot actualize ourselves. So the main resource is our body. And again, resources are the food we eat, the water, the air, everything. And of course it is money, but money is the most crystallized energy and the most controlled one. And all of these are going to change. They have changed within the last 8 years. But you see, I want to explain a little more specifically how Uranus works. Uranus is not bringing immediate change. It brings change in consciousness, because what it's seen from above, it has to materialize and be present in our day-to-day life. So we are taking these new perspectives and we apply them in our lives. We cannot escape evolution, and Uranus is an evolutionary planet. We cannot escape evolution. We cannot hide our heads on the sand, pretending that we can continue on working in the same way. Of course, in any given time, there is free will, and that's exactly what Aquarius is. You have a humanity, and each and every one of you has a choice about how it's going to go from now, because you have your body, and your body is the one who is dealing with resources. And it's what am I choosing? How am I choosing to live? Uranus is an individual planet. It brings individuation, because this is exactly the Uranian energy. And as I said, Uranus is the ruler of the trauma of birth. Once you are born, you are separate. Yes, of course you are from the same source, but you are separate. You are a human being and you have an individual choice. So you have to see yourself as that. And as for Taurus, because that's where Uranus is now for the last 20 days of his remain on the sign of Taurus, he is going to move into the sign of Gemini on the 25th of April. Reflects how you are now in regards, how you are feeling now in regards to your feminine energy. Doesn't matter if you are in a male or female body. The feminine energy that is connected with the planet, how you feel towards resources, how you handle them, how grounded you are, because it has to do with an earth sign and a fixed sign. And all of that is the wisdom that you have accumulated during this 8-year cycle. And so you are taking that with you, and you are going to apply it in your life from now on. It's a very potent period to reflect back and see what you have found or what you have experienced, and sit with yourself and feel into what you want to do or choose from now on. I hope that I gave you a useful overview of this very important last days of Uranus in Taurus and concerning the feminine energy. And if you would like to have a one-to-one reading with me through the lens of esoteric astrology, I am available if you send me an email. Thank you very much and have a great day.